Well, what was there was a cover, a square cover that covered that whole thing over.
Made out of canvas or something?
No, it was made out of wood. Wood. And you know how kids do. We used it for a wrestling platform and a diving platform, and we eventually caved it in. And that's what happened. That's all been removed. VCR quit working. I unplugged the plug to fix that. Like I said, all the equipment, the gas masks and the water purification chemicals and the foods and stuff are all been removed by the owned that Crescent Garage.
Yeah.
That tried to sell them, but never sold one. He had bomb shoulders there, but he never was able to sell them. They were red, white, blue, like an American flag. He never could sell them. But the guy who actually was...
You know, there was a pretty good scare about that time. Everybody was worried.
Who brought the train over and loaded it.
There's the old air crank.
Yep, that's where you can do your own ventilation.
Yeah, it's more cubicle shaped than I imagined.
Yeah, they put the flat bottom in it so we could walk.
It's just a hatch cover.
Yep, that's the double seal on the thing. Because there was the pipe and the elbows and stuff would go back on there to vent the little porta-john. That was the porta-john.
There's a little bar for a little curtain to go across the toilet area. Has 4 bunks. Sort of a two-tone pink and green paint job.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's part of it too, yeah. Unpurified it, but I know they had some sort of chemicals that they were using to purify water. I know that for a fact. I'm not real sure as to how all that stuff works. I mean, it's too bad really that with that lot of stuff, we're still having some life. Now, I do know that this is the intake, the charcoal building in there is supposed to go out.
Behind those lugs on that, sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd
They
go
probably
around.
look
Thanks.
good.
I think I talked to Tom Martin. I think he said that when he unloaded with the train, there was something that he hooked on to.
But to be safe, you use straps around it so you can make sure that the lugs don't break off.
Let me check.
How is it?
Wow. Smaller than I thought.
Yeah.
Sure. I think I've got another. You've been down there before. A year ago. Put your hand up, it's got a screen. It fits all over there. Actually, that could come off over. You look on the other side. Yeah. Screen right now.
ladder, do
Oh, it sure does. Sure does.
You gave it back?
Gave it back to them a year after they came. So my mother bought the house, and all that junk was down in there, and they forgot it.
Oh, really?
And they came back a year later and asked if they could have it back. But it was like water purification chemicals, the Geiger counters, the gas masks.
Oh,
all
really?
That stuff. Yeah, it was down in there, and we gave
Why
it
did they
back.
ask it for it back?
I don't know what they were going to do with it or why they wanted it back, but
For their
they
new
did.
bomb shelter, probably.
For their new bomb shelter.
There you go. Yeah. And I'll come out and say, "Oh, we just happened to be going by here at
Yeah,
the second," and I knew they were out there all the time, but they'd come up to the house and want to go down inside of it. So I've had a lot of interest in it. That's one of the good reasons to have it removed, because it's just there has been a lot of interest.
When people visit.
Yeah. And
So you had bushes planted around here before?
and the bushes are in. Started here and all the way through, and then you can see where my car kind of the ground is still soft there. You can see a little bit right around here. There's a big pine tree.
Oh, really?
Here, yeah.
So this
Huge
was
pine
all
tree.
protected. You couldn't see.
You can tell that the house was here, let alone that.
Really?
Yeah. And then the big pine tree was here, and there were lilac bushes all through here that were about 10 to 12 feet high. And right over in here was another pine tree.
Wow.
And so it was just pretty well enclosed. You couldn't tell it was here. No, not at all. No. They're just completely overgrown. And for a long time it had small shrubbery. The other people that knew it were here were the people that lived here and the people that saw it installed. And a lot of them didn't even know what it was. They thought they were putting a swimming pool in the front yard. And never really, no one really ever. With all of, it was pretty well hidden. I mean, even if you came up here, you really couldn't see it that well because it had a cover over it at the time, and there was shrubs all around it. You really couldn't tell it was there that well, unless you knew what it was. Most people, if they even knew it was here, they thought it was a cistern. They had no idea what it was a bomb shelter. And they were real secretive about it. They didn't tell anybody.
Conical cover actually sat down here.
You don't think that's just a double-walled feature, compensating for that?
What the,
What you're pointing to?
no,
How thick do you think this thing is?
it's definitely double hulled.
Okay.
But it, right here, I think that when they put it back down in the ground, this is where they welded it back on.
Mm-hmm.
And the cover that's up there actually sat right here
Oh.
because the two ladders don't match. But the other problem is that this hatch doesn't,
Yeah, the hatch has to close.
no, it doesn't.
Well, it has to go over the ladder.
Yeah, I think this chute was definitely added in.
But it latches right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely double hulled, which means that we're probably getting water and silt leaning against the inner wall. We've got holes in this inner hull. Why? Let's see. I suspect the hull might actually be surrounded by water.
Now, another thing on the sides, I was
You don't happen to have a bucket, do you?
cut off
A bucket? Let me check.
the fine.
I think it still works because I think when I was doing it, it seemed like, I think there was a picture of me turning, I think this is this is actually exhaust period.
It's right over.
Right, well, that other pipe laying down here, that other one up here, is down there.
Oh, okay.
So when I was looking at,
That
there's a
could
pipe
be.
laying there. Here's the patches that recorded on it.
I think you're right.
Tubes all come out. That was just.
Right.
Well, that was exciting.
Well, little hesitant to take that off. There might be more water.
Just leave that on the roll.
Last man on earth.
Wouldn't do it.
Last man on earth here.
I'm ready to go out with the first bomb. Stand down in there.
It'll be less painful standing
Yeah.
down.
None of my friends do.
Doesn't take long. Pretty soon that wall will start sweating down there, and there'll be little pock marks in there that weren't there before.
Close it up.
Yeah, close it up.